think we need to jump on this quickly.
Agreed.
Question 1, who's been asking?
We have.
What?
Us.
Who?
Me.
When?
Now.
Why?
Why what? I'm lost again.
Tony himself, actor and comedian Rob Sitch, joins us now. You're having a giggle still. You can still laugh at it.
It's still depressing, but in a funny way.
It was great. I mean, Mads and I have both had the privilege of seeing it, so we know that it is funny.
Like,
you still make it funny. Exactly. It's triggering for some people, though, they've admitted.
It is. It's also a comfort because I was saying to someone the other day that we had a mix-up with an automatic ticket machine on it chewed the money, and the people said it's got nothing to do with us, and I go, oh no, I can write about this.
Yeah. Well, is that where your inspiration comes from? Because, I mean, you don't work in government, but so many people who do work in government go, oh, I'm living in an episode of Utopia.
You know what I do? I keep my ear out for the phrase scathing Auditor General report. And then it's funny though, you look at it and you go, it's you know, in the state we live in, you feel like they're going to change the number plate to the blowout state. Yeah. And it feels like we've got to get every auditor and infrastructure professional to do an adult nap plan and see if they can count up, because nothing comes in on budget.
Hey, this is the 5th series, right?
It is, yeah.
But there's been a sort of increasing gap in between each of them, which has made fans like me really frustrated.
Well, 2 things. When the ABC runs out of episodes of Vera, they give us a call. There's only 184 of them. That's surprising. And the other thing, COVID hit us.
Yeah, of course.
So normally we grab a building that's going to be pulled down and say, can we go and use the office? Because we use real offices in the city and build them ourselves. And this one, COVID hit, and we thought, oh, God, where are we going to find that? And they said, oh, why don't you go back to your old one last time, because they may not have released it. And so we got the office manager, opened it. Not only was it still vacant, our set was still in there, and there were still things on my desk that I left 3.5 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, so we just rolled back in.
Well, what role has COVID played in any scripting? I mean, when we see some work from home?
That's a great question, because we had to predict when the pandemic ends, masks come off, Zoom's going to drop away. So we wrote it, as you say, it's a long gap, but we predicted it would go back to almost like Groundhog Day, to go back, for our purposes, go back to it. Some things, Zoom pops up in our series, but the heart of the pandemic and all the masking and working from home, that's not part of the series.
When you first started, you said you've just got to keep staying one step ahead of real life. But yeah, well, because real life kind of almost mimics Utopia.
Yeah, so I've got a few friends that I've picked up over the years in construction and engineering, and we did, in the last series, we imagined a link to the airport in this hometown of ours. It's been talked about for 60 years, and I said, what's a ridiculous amount? Where do I get sprung? He said, 4 billion, 5. I said, 7? No, that's way too... Well, it came out at 12 or 15.
Yeah, and now it's
I know.
on hold.
It's on. No, it's going well, isn't it?
And what I really liked about the first episode, and I don't think this is a spoiler, you do such brilliant observation of the microcosms of office life as well, and the role that the fridge, for example, can play in an office life. And if you think about it,
the fridge is the clash point.
It is.
It's the demilitarised zone of an office. Offices have always been the petri dish of little etiquettes and aggressions. But the funny thing was, I was saying this the other day, when I first had a job, bosses were allowed to yell at you. You're lucky to get a first warning there. And, you know, all for the better, we've got a better workplace. But it's become so sophisticated that it requires its own licence to just operate in an office.
The microwave as well. I'm saying we need more microwave work.
No, you're right. But no, it's once you're in an office when Post-it notes start going.
Hey, I can give you a tip. We've been asking people to write in and give us their stories. There are so many coming in. You've got the next, 5 series sorted. Hey, Rob, thanks for coming in.
Hey,
congratulations on the new series. Yeah.
Thanks, Rob.
On tonight, you can catch the premiere of Season 5 of Utopia at 8 p.m. on ABCtv and live or anytime on ABC iView.